Hello and welcome to the Super Smashcast. My name is Connor and I'm joined by my co-host Tanner.
Yay!
But if you don't know about our channel and our podcast, we are a entertainment-based podcast. We celebrate all things entertainment, including movies, video games, pop culture, all that jazz. And we do this spin-off show called the Super Smashcast, which is specifically geared toward the Super Smash Bros. Series from Nintendo. And today we're going to be talking about a bunch of different things. We're going to talk about what character appears on the most amount of Smash Bros. Covers, which is really interesting. The answer may surprise you. There's some in there that I couldn't believe, that I was shocked that certain characters didn't appear more than they did. A slight spoiler for that coming up, like Captain Falcon is only on one cover.
Yeah.
Tune in later to find out which cover he's on.
You totally have to put that as like the title.
Yeah, how many
you won't believe who's been on the Smash cover more than Mario.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's Yoshi.
Yoshi's been on more covers than Mario. Pretty crazy. We could just blatantly lie about it.
Well, that's what clickbait is.
Exactly. True. The new Smash Bros. Revealed. Yeah, then we definitely wouldn't get any viewers because these guys are so untrustworthy. Anyway, then we also are going to talk about our predictions for upcoming fighters we think will be in a potential Fighter Pass 2.
Yeah.
Even though we know Fighter Pass 2 hasn't been confirmed by Nintendo, we do know that they are developing more fighters for the series next year, which will be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're also going to discuss the sales for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which have been absolutely insane. And we'll go ahead and jump to that first thing. So, but yeah, just to go over, I wanted to give you some stats here from previous Smash Bros. How much they sold worldwide. Mm-hmm. So starting out back in 1999 with the Nintendo 64 original Super Smash Bros., that one sold 5.5 million worldwide, which is a lot for the time, but when you compare it, like, it's crazy how much more Ultimate has been. And Ultimate's only been out a year. That's the craziest thing, is this game is still selling like crazy, and we haven't even seen the Black Friday / Christmas sales of this game for this year. Not to mention they're still doing more fighters. We've been confirmed that there's going to be more fighters after this 5th fighter that's revealed.
And you have to remember, too, they haven't discounted it yet.
No, not at all.
This is all the full price.
Full price.
Sales.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you look, Nintendo never discounts their games.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even, like, Zelda, all those were, like, $40
They had,
Christmas.
like, yeah, for Black
but
Friday.
Not Smash.
No.
Like, Smash is still going strong at
still
its
full
$60 price tag. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're making full bank with every sell they get.
Yeah.
It's not like a half sell or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so N64... 5.5 million. Then Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube in 2001 sold 7.4 million worldwide. Every single one has almost increased, with Brawl then getting 13.3 million worldwide in 2008 on the Wii. And then the Wii U Smash Bros. This is combined with the 3DS sales in 2014.
It's technically the same
got
thing.
14.91 million, so just barely passing over Brawl. And this is where things kind of actually get interesting. Is
Even still being 2 games.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like the Wii U, we all know, was it was trapped kind of on the Wii U console because the Wii U didn't sell well. Mm-hmm. And so the Wii U Smash Bros. Actually sold the least out of every game in the entire series worldwide. Right. So if you go individually
alone.
Well, yeah, if you go individually right here, Smash Bros. Wii U sold 5.37 million worldwide, which is less than the N64 did.
Right.
Which is crazy, and that's only because the Wii U had such a small user base. Like not many people owned a Wii U. In fact, we didn't even own one until Smash Bros. Came out because that's what we got it for.
Right.
The 3DS one sold 9.54 million worldwide. A bit more, which makes sense because the 3DS was immensely popular. Mm-hmm. The DS systems in general, like Nintendo's handhelds, have always been super big. But then, like as we were saying, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate sitting pretty at 15.7 million as of September. That's just as of September. So we still have a couple more months of sales that they still are gaining, plus with the holidays. And this game's only been out a year. I just think it's truly insane how much this game has sold at this point. They're making bank, and something I would like to talk about on a future episode is, where Smash Bros. Goes from here. Because there's so much content in this game, and like we've said time and time again, this is the ultimate Smash Bros. What's next? How do you top this? How do you beat this at all? Like,
you know what? I mean, you can't really.
Yeah, it has to.
I bring up a different game, even though this is the Smashcast, but something like the Skylander franchise. It reached a point where it became the ultimate game, where you can create your own Skylander. It's become that way with Smash. There's not really a step they could take beyond creating your own fighter, which they kind of have with the Mii fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten every character they can. The most they can do now is just keep adding fighters. The next Smash Bros, if they make one, will just be Smash Bros Ultimate with more fighters. I mean, that's the most they can do. What else could they really do?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's a conversation for another day, but I really think they're gonna have to reinvent the franchise in many ways. Like, I kind of hope for that. Actually, I think it would be really cool to get a game with a small roster, like 10 characters.
It'd be crazy.
Just like the N64 one, 12 at the most, and every single character on that roster has a brand new moveset that hasn't been in the Smash Bros. Before. So Mario will obviously be in it. Mario, I don't want to have any of the moves he had from previous Smash Bros. I want him to be completely different, and I think it would be cool if maybe they even tried something a little different, like maybe the camera's closer to the fighters, almost like traditional
maybe it's an
fighting
adventure
game.
game.
Maybe it's more of an adventure
open
type
world
game.
where you can change characters during it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm open for anything really, because this is the ultimate Smash Bros. It's probably my favorite game of all time with what it's done, and the best Smash Bros. So there's not much you can go from here besides adding fighters, which is what they're already doing.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. But going to our next topic of conversation, I was going to want to discuss our predictions for what fighters we think will be revealed as potential Fighter Pass 2 characters. We're going to go ahead and kick that, though, to after we go over the box art covers, because I actually want to do that next. So I teased earlier we were going to talk about which characters had the most appearances on every Smash Bros. Box art in history. This is something that I've been very curious about, and I've always wondered, actually. I've never taken the time to go through all the box art, but it's something that's kind of like I'm kind of nerdy about, where I like to see which characters get the box cover, because it's kind of a sign of who's the most popular at that time, or who Nintendo deems as the most popular for that time. Because there's some that shock me, that I was going through this and I couldn't believe. I was like, wow, I could have swore that character was on this cover and they weren't. And then there's a couple characters who are on multiple covers that I was like, what? How are they on multiple covers? Like, and not this person. And so I'm interested to see. We're gonna kind of almost play a game here with this, where I'm gonna kind of ask you what you think, how many you think they've been on, and stuff like that with some of these characters. But yeah, so we actually have 6 games in the series. I know a lot of people consider the 3DS and Wii U game to be the same game,
or the same, yeah.
but they are considered separate games, and they do have their own box art with separate characters on the covers. So we're going over 6 games here. And I'll go ahead and... Well, I'll save that actually for last, because I actually want to ask you how many you think. But starting with the N64. Okay.
Wait, can I say who I think has been on every single one and who's been on which ones?
Yeah, but real fast. How many characters do you think were on the N64 cover?
3.
3. So...
Because I can picture it. I know that Mario's on it, like shooting a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Pikachu.
Okay.
And Samus.
You do have 3 right, yes. But
There's more than 3.
There's actually more.
How many?
So there's actually 6 on the N64 cover.
Is all 6 original?
No,
all 6 of the base characters?
There's the 8 base characters. 2 are missing from the base roster. Oh. There's 3 more, but they're kind of obscured by the N64 like
the cutoff.
Cutoff. Like on the side they had the yellow bar with the logo, And they're really hard to notice, but Link is in there, and so is Kirby and Fox. Are
Really?
all three over there as well. But
And so
slightly
Yoshi's
in the cutoff.
missing, and
Yoshi's missing, and so is
Kirby.
no, Kirby is on it. Who's the other person we're missing from the original 8? Not Jigglypuff, not Captain Falcon,
Not the DLCs.
or the unlockables. You mean?
Unlockables.
Yeah, who is it? Peach? No. Who are we missing?
Yoshi.
Yoshi. It's Yoshi. Yeah. Or
You
did
said
we already,
Yoshi.
Did we already say Yoshi?
Yoshi's the one.
Well, frick.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll get back to that. But
Yeah, we don't need to.
yeah, it doesn't matter. But go ahead and guess who you think has been on the most covers.
Mario. I know
Okay.
Mario's been on every single one.
Yeah. So Mario is the safe bet. He's been on every single one. Do you think there are any other characters that have been on every single
I don't know, because
cover?
I would guess Link, but I remember I think there's one where Link's not on it.
I can tell you there are at least a couple more characters that are on every single
Every
cover.
single one?
Yeah.
Link.
So you got Mario right, and you have Link right. Yes.
Link's been on.
Mario and Link are on every single cover. And let's see, there are
okay, wait.
there are 2 more that have been on every single cover.
Pikachu.
Three more.
I know Pikachu's been on every single one.
Pikachu's been on every single cover as well.
Is it Kirby?
Kirby, yes.
It's Kirby?
Yes, there's one more actually too.
Oh, so one more.
Yeah, there's 5 total that have been on every single Super Smash Bros. Box art. And it should be pretty obvious. I mean, it might take you a second, but yeah, we have Pikachu, Kirby, Link, and Mario. Think simply. Who's
Would it
one
be
of the main ones?
Samus?
Yep.
Samus has been on every
Samus
single
has
one?
been on every single one. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thank goodness.
I didn't think she would be.
Yeah, Samus definitely deserves to, so I'm glad she has.
That's why I was
but-
skeptical to say it, because I was thinking, I don't know if they would put her on the cover.
No, I'm with you, and especially because
She's kind of dwindled.
Metroid's not as relevant as it used to be, I guess you could say, because we had Metroid Samus Returns a couple years ago, but other than that,
Well, I mean,
the last
ever
mainline
since the
one we got
Primes,
was Prime 3.
it's kind of lost its limelight.
2007 was that one, and we had Other
12
M
years
in
ago.
2010, but that one wasn't well received. So it's been a while. So it's actually surprising that Samus has kept her spot on the cover all these years. I'm glad she has.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going over the rest of the original 8, how many times do you think Donkey Kong has appeared on, out of the 6 covers, how many times do you think he's appeared? This one actually kind of surprised me.
3?
Yep, you got it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it Melee?
It was Melee.
Wii U
and
Ultimate.
Melee, he's only in one of the boxes
Yeah,
on
I was
the
gonna
side.
say.
Wii U and Ultimate.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
So Melee, Wii U, and Ultimate. Not on Brawls and not on 64s.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of surprising. Or 3DS.
Yeah. Because I can picture Brawls perfectly.
Yeah.
And I would have seen the giant monkey.
Yeah, exactly. But I was actually really surprised to learn
Donkey
that
Kong.
Donkey Kong wasn't on all.
One of like the main Nintendo characters.
He's the second on the list of Ultimate's character lineup. It's Mario, then Donkey Kong, then Link, then Samus.
Oh, wow.
And so it's just weird to think that Donkey Kong is.
That's the other person who's not on the 64 cover.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong and
Yeah,
Yoshi.
okay.
I couldn't
Why
even
could we
think of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why they're not including him on
That's
the cover.
true. They probably just totally spaced it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, shoot.
We forgot him. Yeah, so he has 3. Next up from the original lineup, we have Fox. How many times do you think Fox has appeared on the cover art?
2.
No, more actually.
Because I know he's been on the 64 and Melee. I know he's on Melee.
He is on Melee on the side.
Is he on Brawl?
Yes.
So 3.
He's actually on 4. So he's on
64 Melee. Brawl.
64, Melee, Brawl, and Ultimate. He
He
was
is on Ultimate.
he was not on Wii U or 3DS's cover.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, on 4 of them.
That's sick.
Also, we have from the original group, we got Yoshi. How many do you think Yoshi has been on?
1.
No, more actually.
Ultimate
He's on Ultimate, yep.
and the 3DS.
He is on 3DS, but he's on one other. He's on
Wii U?
3 total. It is...
That's Melee.
It is, yeah, it's Melee. He's on one of the side
he's on 3?
box arts. He's on 3, yeah.
Wow.
That one surprised me, actually. I actually was kind of surprised he wasn't on more. Because, I don't know, Yoshi just seems like kind of a classic Mario character that people see, and like even casual Nintendo fans know who Yoshi is. You know what I mean?
Well, I think even people who don't play games.
Yeah.
See and they'll know
They
that's
see
Yoshi.
it's a lot like Pikachu where they'll be like, oh, that's
I know
Pikachu.
that's Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it for the original 8. This one's going to be surprising for you. So this one shocked me. Your main, Bowser, how many times do you think he has appeared on Smash Bros. Covers?
And it's Melee.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep. That blew my mind.
That's crazy.
Bowser, like King Koopa himself, is only on one cover for Smash, and it's Melee. Yeah, and it's the classic him blowing the fire toward Mario, which is one of the coolest ones. But yeah, it doesn't appear anywhere else. That's really crazy. That one really surprised me.
That's insane.
Like he seems like one that I feel like would deserve more cover art spots, especially later on when you hear some of these ones that I'm like, how did
who's
they
been on there?
Yeah,
I know. I think
there's a couple that I'm like, how
are they on most of them?
Yeah. Next up we have Peach. How many do you think Peach has been on?
I remember her on. I think she's on Wii U.
She is on Wii U.
She's like dangling from her umbrella.
Yep.
And Ultimate.
She is on Ultimate. Yep.
And Brawl.
And Brawl, yes, but she's on one more.
She's on Melee. As one of the boxes.
She is. Yep.
Yep.
So
okay.
she's on 4.
She's on 4. Okay.
So and that makes sense. I can see that.
I can see that.
The princess herself. Yeah. It's interesting to look at the covers though, and yeah, she's not on the 3DS one. There's actually another princess that replaces her on it.
Zelda.
No, actually, Zelda. Hey, that's another surprising one.
Any?
That's another surprising one. We'll get to that. But it's Rosalina actually.
Oh, they had one of the new characters.
Yeah, instead of Peach. Cool. Yeah. So after Peach, we'll go ahead and jump to Zelda then. How many do you think Zelda has been on?
1.
Yes, you're right.
Really?
Can you name which one?
Ultimate?
No.
Wii U?
No.
It's not on a Zelda. Oh, Melee as one of the boxes.
It's Melee as one of the boxes.
But isn't she Sheik in the box?
No, she's Zelda.
She's Zelda?
Yeah, Princess Zelda, yep.
Dang.
Yeah, only one. That's kind of surprised me. Yeah.
That one is crazy.
Next up, this one's also kind of surprising. Captain Falcon. How many do you think?
Brawl.
No.
He's not on Brawl.
He's not on Brawl's cover.
Wii U.
No.
Ultimate?
No.
Melee.
Yes.
He's on Melee?
That's the only one he's on. The only cover. And that one's really surprising to me because I feel like
he's
Captain Falcon is iconic for Smash Bros.
Because nobody knows that he
hardcore fans
see
know
him from Smash.
Exactly. Like hardcore fans know he originated from F-Zero, obviously, but he has become
like the icon almost of Smash.
Yeah, he's become synonymous with Smash Bros. Yeah. Because the guy doesn't even have like a moveset to begin with. He's only in vehicles in all of his games as a driver. Yeah. You don't even see his like full build really, or like his movement style. And Sakurai invented that. Like he invented like all those moves, the Falcon Punch, all those classic moves are original to Smash Bros. So it's really surprising that he's only appeared on one cover, and it's only as a tiny little box. Like you only get his eyes, like his face, like no other spots for him. Like you'd think you'd see him maybe on like the Wii U one doing. Like,
they should
the
just
Falcon
make
Punch
him the name of Super Smash. Like he's like the main character.
Like the main character for Smash. That'd be kind of cool.
And change like the logo on his helmet to the Smash logo. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because the only character clearly is Rob, right? But he was even a toy.
What about Rob?
Like Rob's the only one with like the Smash logo in his background.
Yeah, no, and they actually changed that too. It's not even that. Yeah, it's actually he has his own logo now too. But yeah, that one surprised me. Next up, we have Ice Climbers. This one,
I know they're on Brawl.
I can't recall. They're not actually. They're not on Brawls. I'm sure.
Wii U?
No, because they weren't even in Wii U.
Oh, what am I thinking?
Yeah.
They're on Ultimate.
Yes.
Okay, they're on Ultimate.
Which is weird. Like, that's the one...
they, like, brought him back.
They brought him back, but, like, that one really surprised me that I was like, man,
there's
all
a
the
lot
characters...
of people on Ultimate, though. The Ultimate case.
There is. We'll get to that later, but Ultimate has the most characters on the case.
Yeah, I figured.
But it's still, like, Ice Climbers... Like Ice Climbers.
Because I think they're trying to appeal to people who are like, oh, this
they're
character,
back.
I love this character.
I guess, but like Ice Climbers are so irrelevant by today's standards. They've had one game, and it was on the NES.
The NES.
It was on the original.
But it's
Nintendo.
A lot like Pit. I mean, Pit had Kid Uprising, but that's it.
But once again, who directed that?
Sakurai.
is Sakurai himself. So of course Sakurai is gonna have his love child appear in like a bunch of the cases. Spoilers.
That's true.
So yeah, speaking of Pit, I'm gonna just go ahead and jump to him real fast.
He's in Brawl.
How many do you think Pit has been on?
He's in Ultimate. He's in Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
He's on 3DS.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Because
exactly.
it's the only one he's been in.
Yeah, his debut was on Brawl, and ever since then he's been on every single cover.
I figured.
So 4 in total, which makes sense. Sakurai wants him to...
his look is very...
It fits Smash Bros.
It's cool, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, that's where it came to be.
Yeah.
His look was started.
There was no look for him, really.
Besides his 8-bit form.
Besides 8-bit form. Yeah, exactly. Next up we have... Let's see. Ness. This one surprised me, actually.
Melee.
Yes, he is in one of the boxes.
Brawl.
No.
Not on Brawl.
Not on Brawl.
Wii U.
Yes.
That's
No.
it.
Sorry, not Wii U. My
Ultimate.
bad. Ultimate.
He's on Ultimate and Melee, that's it.
He's on Melee and Ultimate. Yeah, and that one kind of surprised me.
I thought he'd be on more.
Ness is another...
They love him.
Yeah, and Ness is another one of those characters that I associate with Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
Like, I know, once again, from Earthbound, that Mother, that's what people know him from. But when people see... like Ness and Captain Falcon,
his 3D form,
and his 3D form, like it's Smash Bros. You think of like
Ness doesn't have a 3D.
That's
form
how most people know him.
Once again, Ness is one of those characters that Sakurai came up with the 3D form for Ness.
That's true.
There was only the 2D,
the 8-bit
hat, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that one actually surprised me. I thought Ness would be on more. Like for some reason, I pictured him even on the like 64 cover or something.
Yeah.
But he's not.
It's weird. He's been in every game.
So this one I'm curious to see if he'll get Wario.
1.
Yes, good job.
Brawl.
Yep, It's he's so prominent on the Brawl cover, just standing there because he's looking right at the camera and he's just like, yeah. It's really weird because he hasn't been on any others, but he was on Brawl, his debut game. So
I think a lot of the debuters on Brawl were especially prominent on a Brawl case. They're like, oh,
and Brawl's case is so iconic.
Yeah, it is.
Like, next up we have Meta Knight. How many times do you think Meta Knight has appeared?
2.
No.
3.
No.
1.
Yes. Can you name which
Brawl.
one? Brawl. Yep.
What?
You remember where he is?
In like the corner,
He's
bottom
in
back left corner. He's like flying.
He's in like the top left corner, like flying.
Yeah,
right
he's
above
really.
the logo.
He's not too big.
He's not prominent, no, but that's the only one he's appeared on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Brawl. Then we already did
Brawl was
Pit.
a big game for introducing a lot of characters, though.
Oh yeah, it was at the time, especially. It was insane. Pokemon Trainer. This one. No.
2.
2. Yes. Can you name which
Brawl,
ones?
obviously.
Yep. Because he's standing there with the. Nope.
Ultimate.
Pokemon Trainer wasn't in Wii U, if you remember.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's weird to think about that.
So
it's weird to think about characters that were cut. Like, there were characters that didn't come back for a game.
Dang.
Like, that's weird.
Forget, yeah, Ultimate and Brawl then.
Ultimate and Brawl, yep.
Wow.
And can you name which one, if any, does he have his...
Well, Charizard's on the cover of Wii U, right? Does that count?
I don't think he is, no.
No, he's not?
No. I didn't mark him, so I would have
Can I
marked
name
him.
which... You want me to name the Pokemon that are there?
Can you name, like, if they are on any of the covers?
Charizard's on one, right?
Yes.
And he's on Ultimates.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a
Brawl,
hint.
it's just Pokemon Trainer with Squirtle?
Yeah, you got... no Squirtle, but it is just Pokemon Trainer.
It's just Pokemon
so
Trainer.
Pokemon Trainers are there alone.
And then Charizard's on the Wii
And then
Ultimate.
all 3 of them are actually on Ultimate's cover.
Really?
Yeah.
All 3 are on
All
Ultimate's
3.
cover?
Yeah. He has them all like lined up right here. Yeah, I got the covers. So.
Wow.
Yeah, all 3 right
They
there.
took up that big of a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, the entire... I mean, if you think about it, Pokemon, it's like... And those 3 especially, people know those 3.
Yeah.
Makes sense from a sales standpoint. Next up, we have Marth. This one kind of surprised me, too.
1?
No.
2.
Yes. You know which ones?
Wii U.
Yes. It was on Wii U's.
And...
No, sorry, my bad.
3DS.
Frick, which one was it? I'm trying to remember now.
So he is on 2.
He's on 2.
Ultimate.
Yes, Ultimate.
And Melee.
No.
As an icon.
No. Yeah, not Melee as an icon. I was surprised about that, too.
Ultimate and 3DS.
Yep.
Yeah,
3DS.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of random. Like, Ultimate and 3DS. Like, Marth. And Marth is another character that I really look at as, like, Smash Bros.
yeah.
You know? Like people, Fire Emblem hadn't even come to the West when Melee came out.
Did Fire Emblem even have a 3D game at that point?
No, and they really like Marth still hasn't even appeared in like a 3D Fire Emblem game really. Besides like Fire Emblem Warriors.
But so his look came from Smash though.
Yeah,
once
like
again,
his 3D
they
one.
take that look that Sakurai invented.
That builds, for
That's
sure.
That's crazy.
Next up we have Little Mac.
One.
You know which one?
Wii U.
No.
It's Ultimate.
No.
3DS?
Yep. Yeah, Little Mac is right
Little
here.
Mac?
Yeah, just hiding right there in the bottom right corner
wow.
of 3DS. Yep.
Even though the Wii U case and 3DS are very similar, I feel like.
They are kind of, but not really actually. And the lineup is surprised me how different they are.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple of people that vary from each one. Next up we have Villager. What do you think, Villager? No.
3?
Yeah.
Wii U, 3DS, and Ultimate because it's still known.
Villager's been on every single one since its debut, which is crazy.
Wow.
But once again, like people love Animal Crossing, and Animal Crossing is one of the more successful Nintendo franchises.
True.
So it's not too shocking. Then we got Rosalina.
1.
Yes.
3DS.
3DS. Yep. She's replaced Peach for the 3DS one. She's flying above with Luma. Mm-hmm. Then we have Wii Fit Trainer. You guess
I know she's on 1 because I remember her pose. What she's doing on the case. Wii U?
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. Yep. Only Wii U.
That's not surprising.
That's not too surprising, yeah. Especially during that time, like Wii Fit was so big, like on the Wii.
Well, no.
That showing her off on the cover, people were like, "Oh!"
And I feel like
Trainer.
now it's like
now nobody plays Wii Fit.
I mean, we haven't even had a Wii Fit since.
No, I mean the closest thing is Ring Fit,
which they should have just made it Wii Fit.
They should do an echo of the Ring Fit Trainer for Wii Fit Trainer. That would be really cool. Mm-hmm. Then we have 2 new debuts. One is Inkling, obviously Ultimate, because that's the only one she's on or been in so far. And then there's one character who randomly decided to appear on the Ultimate cover who has never appeared on a previous one, and it's a veteran. Can you guess who it is?
Falco.
No. Falco has never been on a cover.
Oh, poor Falco.
Rest in peace, yeah. My fave.
He's a veteran?
Yeah, he's a veteran.
From the very original?
No, I'll give you a hint. He debuted in Brawl. And he never was on a cover until Ultimate, which is just so random.
What?
Yeah.
Brawl?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I wouldn't have suspected this character being on the
Is
cover.
it human?
Yes.
Ike.
No.
Who?
It is Toon Link.
Toon Link?
Toon Link.
I mean, I think that's understandable because Link is on all the covers. Mm-hmm. So they're thinking, oh, we can't have 2 Links.
I think my reasoning behind why Toon Link suddenly appeared on Ultimate's cover is because since Link got a makeover for Ultimate, he got his blue tunic, and maybe Nintendo thought maybe there's some people that aren't too familiar with Link's new look.
So we want them to know that Link's still in it.
That the classic Link is still in there, because they'll see that Link and be like, oh, Link. Because maybe they're thinking, oh, people might see the new cover and not know who that character is. Right. The new Link, anyway, with his blue tunic. And so that's everyone. That's all the characters that appeared on the covers for Smash Bros. There's some pretty surprising omissions. Wow. Characters that I was like, wow, never appeared on one.
DDD.
Yeah, there's a lot. If you go through the list, I mean, there's a ton.
I'm talking like big prominent characters that you like look at Smash and you're like, oh yeah, Falco.
Yeah, I mean, even really Captain Falcon only being in like a box on Melee on the side. That one shocks me a lot. Jigglypuff never appeared on one, even though she's a veteran from the beginning, the very first one.
That's true.
Another one that shocked me that I couldn't believe. Luigi. Not on a single
I just think
cover.
You said that and I'm like, oh my gosh, Luigi?
Yeah, That was the one that surprised me the most.
I guess they could only have one Mario brother.
I guess they figured they only have so much space, and if Mario's already
having
on there,
2 Mario
people
brothers,
kind of already assume like, oh, Luigi will
it would take up too much space, 2 similar looking guys. You're like,
yeah.
It's why they wouldn't put like Zero Suit and Samus on the same cover.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I kind of wish though they had Luigi. Like, I don't know, like the 3DS cover would have been perfect because they're all like kind of charging at the side. Yeah. I wish they would have just placed like Luigi like right up here. I don't know, like doing his green missile thing. His shooting thing. Let's see.
It's really too bad.
And let's see. And then there's actually one other thing I wanted to see if you could guess. This is very random. What item appeared on the
Smash Brawl.
No. I mean, the Smash Ball, yes. There is the Smash Ball, I think, in
Brawl.
A couple of them. Probably since Brawl. But what item appeared on the N64 version of the cover for Smash Bros?
The bat?
No. It's actually technically a character, too. And this one, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And it takes up a more prominent spot than even, like, Fox does or Kirby.
Okay, you're not, like, tricking... It's not like a Pokemon.
No. It's a character. I'll give you a hint. It's a Mario character. You fight them. And it's on the cover of
Koopa?
N64. Not Koopa.
A Goomba?
Not a Goomba. It's an item you can throw at people. It does a lot of damage. It explodes.
A Bomb-Omb?
A Bob-Omb. Yeah.
Is on the cover?
It's on the cover of N64. It's super strange. Like, look
Seriously?
right here. Yeah, so here's the N64 cover. And the Bob-Omb appears right next to Kirby, like almost in a more prominent spot
the world?
than Kirby does.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
Super
crazy.
random. I just want to throw that one in there because that's an interesting little tidbit for
for
the listeners there. Yeah, Bob-Omb. Has more appearances than freaking Luigi on covers. So tallying them up once and for all, we have the N64 with 6, the lowest amount of characters on the screen or on the cover.
Basically, its entire roster.
Then we have Melee actually coming in with the second most out of any because of the icons on the side. Really 4 prominently on the cover. Pikachu, Link, Bowser, Mario. But then there's a bunch of there's 10 boxes of characters.
Jeez.
So Melee comes in at second with 14. Then we have Brawl that's sitting at 11, which is tied with the 3DS one, each with 11. Then we have the Wii U with the second least, which is 10. Only 10 characters on the cover. And then we have Ultimate coming in at 17. The absolute most.
Wow.
Which makes sense.
Wow.
It is the Ultimate Smash Bros.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And if you count every Pokemon that the Pokemon trainer has, so Charizard, Ivysaur, and Squirtle, then technically with the second Ice Climber as well, you have 21 characters on the cover.
Goodness. And that counts. I think that counts.
I think it counts too. I mean, Ice Climbers...
21 people.
21 people.
Things,
yeah. 21 actual things with
characters.
With brains.
Yeah, living things.
Living things, exactly, yeah. Only 17 fighters. No, actually more. 20 fighters, technically, but 21 people, living things on the cover.
Well, even the second Ice Climber's on a fighter.
Technically, yeah, I guess so.
So they're all fighters.
They're all fighters.
But like item cards. Specific, separate item cards that are their own item card.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Crazy.
So, Tanner, I wanted to talk about our predictions for what is next in the Fighter Pass. Mm-hmm. And so we just went back real fast and we listened to our predictions, our previous predictions for Fighter Pass 1. We went back to a year ago. Like the last Smashcast we recorded, I think, was the very end of December.
Yeah, it was right after Smash came out.
Maybe right after. Oh yeah, it was. It was the day or two after Ultimate came out.
Because that's why we were talking about DLC.
Mm-hmm. And so it's been a long time since we made our predictions for who was going to be in the Fighter Pass.
Right.
And I wanted to revisit them because it's interesting to see how off we were. And it's insane because this can actually play into who we think still could be revealed as potential fighters in the future.
True.
Because I don't think, going off of most of these characters we predicted, I don't think most of them stand a chance for the 5th fighter. Because as we've seen with the first Fighter Pass, they're all third parties and brand new to the series. Like, they aren't from games that have been in the series so far.
The only sucky thing is, like, we don't know if that's on purpose.
Yeah, it could be totally by accident.
Because that could be them, like, they want those specific characters, and they just all happen to be third party. Because, I mean, there's one specifically that I think we're both thinking could still be the last character,
Yeah, I mean, it would be... I don't think it's going to happen, but...
I guess they won't be they might not be the Fighter Pass character.
Yeah, and so let's go ahead and go through what we originally had said for our predictions a year ago, who we thought
we were very confident.
Yeah, we said we would revisit it and go over if we got any right. And we are sad to say, folks, that we didn't get any right.
No.
Not one. At least
Not
so
even
far.
close.
Technically, the fifth fighter could be one.
We didn't even get close, though. Because we had the wrong idea of what we were imagining. I think if we knew that it was going to be more ambitious.
If we knew Nintendo was going to be as like ballsy as they are right now with these fighters,
we would have guessed better.
Then we would have guessed better because we were playing it really safe.
We were thinking, Nintendo's picking them.
Yeah, it's going to be Mario characters.
Mario, Paper Mario.
Exactly.
Mario, yeah.
So first up, we had Captain Toad. Our first prediction for number 1 was Captain Toad, which was completely wrong.
Yeah.
We did film this, or record that predictions before Ultimate came out because we would have known about Joker. Because Joker was revealed the night Smash Ultimate came out.
Right.
So we did record it before, but yeah, Captain Toad, obviously not right. It was Joker.
But we did discuss how he might have had a rotating stage.
Yeah.
Which they did introduce.
So this is something that we're going to give ourselves partial credit for. Partial
we got something right.
Yeah, Tanner brought up on the predictions. We were just listening to it. He said they could have, for Captain Toad's stage, it could be just like the levels in the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker game where the game or the boards rotate. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how Spiral Mountain works for Banjo-Kazooie
rotating stage, yeah.
First for the series. And we were even talking about, we were like, that'd be a really cool idea for Smash Bros. That hasn't been done before. Yeah. And they did that. So you're welcome, Sakurai. Like,
yeah, there you go. I bet he watched that and he's like, I'm not doing Captain Toad.
That's a great idea.
I'll do that stage.
Then our second guess was Bandana D, which was a very popular pick. And real fast, just to clear this up, we didn't necessarily want these characters. This is who we were predicting were going to be picked.
Yeah, because we had a separate list of who we wanted.
Yeah, our ideal characters.
Because I think we had wanted, deserving, and who we actually think.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly what it was. And yeah, this is... Most of these characters I wouldn't have picked as my picks, but these were who we just realistically thought Nintendo would pick at the time.
I think in all of our lists, there was only one character that made it. It was Banjo. And we were saying, I think he was in the deserving and wanted.
And wanted, yeah. We were saying, yeah, he definitely deserved, we were saying, and then we both wanted him.
Yeah, both wanted
him. And he got in, which
is still nuts.
Heck yeah. It's still crazy to think about.
Yeah. But I remember we were thinking, reasonably, they're not going to do Banjo. He's third party in Microsoft. And I mean...
Now he's in.
That.
Yeah. Bandana D, though, what do you think of... Let's go over both of them. Captain Toad and Bandana D were our first two picks for the Fighter Pass. Realistically, how much do you think they stand a chance now?
Well, it sucks because, I mean, obviously, the Fighter Pass, we're looking at probably a third party. Because I think you're right I think they're going to continue with that.
For sure. For the fifth fighter.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, it'd be weird if it's like... Joker, blah, 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 and then it's like Goomba.
Goomba, yeah. Captain Toad. Captain Toad.
Yeah.
The weird thing is like, I would love to see Captain Toad in the game, but honestly, if Captain Toad was the fighter revealed at the Game Awards as the fifth fighter, I would be kind of disappointed, which sounds weird.
Yeah,
because I'd be like, that's so weird that they would have... like... It's not shocking.
Oh my gosh. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What?
Like, I would love Captain Toad. I've been... pushing for Captain Toad for a long time. Like, I think he'd be a great addition. But it would be oddly kind of disappointing for at the Game Awards, all of a sudden it's like Captain Toad is revealed for the game. Because it'd be like, man, they've been doing all these crazy third parties, and then all of a sudden we get Captain Toad as the final fighter. Because you do have to imagine, originally, this was the last fighter. Whoever they picked for this fifth slot was going to be the last Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter.
That would have sucked.
Yeah, we know now that that's not the case. Yeah, we know now that that's not the case. They announced more, thank goodness, because they probably saw the cells of the Fighter Pass and were like, holy crap, we need to keep making more.
Yeah.
But
exactly, please.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's going to freaking die while making this
game. Ultimate.
But, yeah, like, straight up, this was originally going to be the last fighter. So you have to imagine it's going to be a banger. Because, like, Nintendo wasn't going to... No way they'd be like, all right,
Captain
for the
Toad.
fighter, the final fighter for Smash Bros. Ultimate.
It's not Waluigi.
We just gave you Banjo. We just gave you freaking Dragon Quest.
There's one character you've all requested. We know everyone wants it. It was a meme for a while. Captain Toad.
Captain Toad. Everyone would be so disappointed.
And then hear like,
that was the last character.
Wow, Captain Toad.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, so... I have to imagine it's going to be someone crazy. We'll get to who we think it is in a minute. But let's go over the rest of our characters who we originally had predicted. Third, we had Hayachi from Tekken. And that one I still think is
very realistic. I think he could be the fifth fighter.
He could be the fifth fighter. And as we pointed out in our original predictions...
And real quick, the reason we chose Hayachi is because he's the most like prominent character of Tekken. When people look at Tekken.
For a fight. He's the Terry and Ryu of Tekken.
Exactly, yeah, you're right.
For his series. And it would be really cool, actually, to have Hayachi in. Because could you imagine doing a fight where you have Ryu, Terry, Hayachi, and then like Mario, the four stars.
And then if they have like
games.
Scorpion,
that would be amazing. No way it's gonna happen.
You never know. I mean,
that would be insane.
Look at the people we've got.
I will say this. This is something I've been wanting to talk to you about real fast as a quick sidebar. So Bayonetta was free on Games with Gold a long time ago, and so I decided to jump into it on Xbox the other day because, as we've talked about in the Super Basement Bro show, we've been going through, especially me, I've been going through with a bunch of games I've had installed from Game Pass and Gold and purging them from my storage. I've been jumping in, seeing if I want to keep it on there, and then if not, I just delete it off there. And so I decided to jump into Bayonetta because I was like, I want to try Bayonetta. It seems like people really like it, and I have it, so why not? And first of all, holy crap, it's awesome. Really? It's really cool. I was like, dang, this is actually really fun. But more crazily, more importantly for this conversation,
it's very mature.
Is it so mature? Oh my gosh, straight up Bayonetta and every character in there say the F word multiple times.
No.
Multiple times. I'm not even joking.
Not even Metal Gear.
So the two main characters are Bayonetta and Rodan. And first of all, Rodan is freaking dope. He is so cool.
They should have made him a character. An Echo or something.
It would have been awesome. But what the frick there? I'm sitting on a screw. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, I just couldn't believe. I was playing this game and I was like, how the heck...
you know that the Bayonetta 3 is not going to have that crap.
Well, maybe. Who knows? I think maybe Nintendo is just letting Platinum do whatever they want with it. And they just bought the IP because they put her in Smash Bros. And she's cool and whatnot. She's a cool new Nintendo character. Mm-hmm. But straight up, I could not believe this game. And as soon as I started playing it, I was like, there are no rules. There are no rules for who can be a fighter in Smash Bros. Because if Bayonetta can be a fighter in Super Smash Bros., straight up Sakurai in the last presentation for Terry was like, Super Smash Bros. Is for good boys and girls of all ages. Because he was referring to what's her face from
which I
SNK,
will say
Fatal Fury.
Obviously that one makes sense.
She is shows a lot of cleavage and stuff, and I get that. But if Bayonetta can be in this game, I don't know how anyone else can't be in terms of just maturity.
They even introduced Resident Evil spirits.
Yeah, exactly. And straight up, there's some ultra-violent scenes in Bayonetta 2. There's one where there are so many cool combos. You have to try it out. If it's one of the gold games, you should download it and try it because it's so cool. There's this combo you can do where you throw people down and a guillotine appears and you drop the guillotine on them and it slices off their head. And straight up, and I was like, this character is represented in Super Smash Bros.
In a family.
If this character can be represented in Super Smash Bros., why can't Doom Guy? Why can't Leon? Why can't Scorpion?
Can't Scorpion?
Straight up.
No, Scorpion's not even as bad as that.
Scorpion's more blood.
Scorpion doesn't say the F word.
Yeah,
Scorpion's not sexualized.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing is,
and Nintendo, they can tone stuff down. Obviously, they did it with Bayonetta.
Oh, yeah. How the heck did it... Back in the Wii U days... they were like, the final fighter for the DLC for the Wii U Smash Bros. Is Bayonetta. We didn't respect that at the time.
Because we didn't understand.
We didn't know who Bayonetta really was. We were kind of like, oh, that's...
And it was disappointing because...
Because we didn't know who she was at the time. But man, if I had the knowledge I do now, going back to that reveal, I would be like, holy crap, that is huge because... That opens the door for so many characters. Yeah. Straight up, Doom. Anyone that says Doom Guy can't be in this game because he's too violent, I think that's crazy because Bayonetta stuff has super violence, maturity, a lot of innuendos and stuff. If that can be represented in Smash Bros., so can all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a long sidebar.
That gives me a lot of hope though because Scorpion would be sick.
Scorpion would be
because there's one thing I never even not whatsoever considered Scorpion. Because I was thinking, like, there's no absolute way. Because we were thinking Leon was an extent. We were like, even Leon they wouldn't add. They did him as a spirit. They would. Yeah. I think they would have happily done Leon instead of like Bayonetta.
Yeah.
You know? Because if they added Scorpion and Hayachi, that'd be every single fighting game besides the crazy one that has like 6 games. Oh, frick. I don't remember what it's called.
Think of what you're thinking of. But it would be the main ones. Like, it would be
you got
Tekken, Fatal Fury, Street Fighter.
Find out what this called.
Yeah, it would be insane. If they could get Scorpion and Hayachi in there, that'd be amazing. But going back...
Then you'd not have, like, Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
But that's actually not the one I was thinking of, because you got Soul Calibur, but then there's also... Injustice.
Have a superhero in there.
That'd be awesome. Oh, what's it freaking called?
That wouldn't happen only because Sakurai stated multiple times that only video game characters can appear in Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, like, going back to our predictions list...
Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive.
That's what it's called.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
DNA, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
After Hayachi, we predicted Dixie Kong, which I don't think is likely.
Well, we were hoping because of the fact that Tropical Freeze came back with like a
Switch,
with like the Kongi mode or whatever.
Funky Kong mode.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Yeah. I don't think Dixie Kong is too likely at this point.
Of course, I mean, as far as the fighter pass.
As far as the 5th fighter, as for the next batch of fighters...
I don't know. We don't know.
Who knows? I honestly think the next batch of fighters will be whoever. I don't think there'll be a rule.
Granted, though, and we don't even know how many fighters.
Yeah.
They just said more
fighters. It could
fighters
be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3. I mean, it has to be more than 1 at least, because they said fighters, plural. But... it could be 2. It could only be 2. It could be 20. We don't know. I'm super excited.
Be forever. They could just start pumping out echoes and characters.
Oh my gosh. I really hope we get an announcement at the Game Awards to rip off the Band-Aid. I just want them to confirm a Fighter Pass 2 because I want to know that there's
at least 5.
At least 5. Like...
And then I wouldn't be happy enough.
But then maybe we'd get more. That's the thing. Is like maybe at the Nintendo Direct later this year they'll be like more fighters are coming out. They gotta do.
This is something I want to talk about in the main podcast, but I don't think Nintendo has a plan for a console very soon. At least something different from the Switch. Because if anything, they're just getting to do an upgraded Switch.
Yeah.
Ultimate is here to stay
for a while.
For a long while. I'm thinking at least 5 more years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
so think about it. In 5 years, how many characters could they add? They could add so many. 5 a year, you know?
Well, and also...
freaking 25 characters extra.
We got lucky with the amount of turnaround time from Wii U to Ultimate in terms of Smash Bros. Development time, because the wait from Brawl to Wii U was long, and the wait from Melee to Brawl was even longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's normally a long time in between Smash Bros. Games, so realistically, we're not... 5 years, in my mind, is the minimum we could get the next Smash Bros.
Right.
And I think it's longer than that. I think we got 6, 7, maybe
not
8 years.
Not only the next Smash. The next console that's... They have yet to do a Smash Bros. Console on the same console as the other Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Game. There's never been 2 Smash Bros. Games on the same console.
Mm-hmm. And I think that'll stay. I think, if anything, we'll get, like you pointed out, I think on a recent podcast, like a port. I think that's possible. You know? But yeah, I agree with you. There won't be any sort of...
Because, like, Nintendo, like... I want to talk about it because, like, they're not good. You know, next gen's coming next year. Mm-hmm. Nintendo's set on the Switch for a while. I mean, they have no issues with it. People love it. It's a portable console at this point, and
yeah. And we'll get back to the fighters in a second here because we got to get back to the topic. But like, as a side note on what you're talking about, I do want to talk about this on the podcast on our Super Basement Bro show because it is interesting to think of what Nintendo's going to do next because they're actually kind of in a rock and a hard place right now. Because next fall, the Scarlet will come out and the PS5 will come out. And those consoles are going to be so much more powerful than the Switch that what is Nintendo going to do with third-party support? Like, think about third-party support right now for the Switch. You got Bethesda supporting with Wolfenstein, Doom, and stuff like that. Those games will not be able to run on the Switch.
Even those games are struggling like Witcher.
Already, yeah.
Even something like Witcher, which is 3 years old. Or 2 years old.
2015.
Even a 4-year-old game like Witcher had to be dumbed down like, significantly to even run.
Too, like,
you know, and like, I love the Switch, but yeah, you're right. they're gonna have issues because there's not gonna be a lot of third-party support. There's gonna be no games that they can even put there.
Yeah, it'll be all first-party Nintendo stuff for the most part.
I mean, the most next-gen game we might get on the Switch is Overwatch 2.
Yeah, and the thing is I think I'm with you that I think the Switch is here to stay for a long while for the Nintendo. I think it'll be one of the longest console generations Nintendo's ever had, but I think it's going to take the turn of, since it's a hybrid of a console and a handheld, I think they'll go the 3DS route, and this thing is going to get so many variations. We already have the Switch Lite. I wouldn't be surprised if next year, to compete with the
Switch
PS5,
2.0.
Yeah, to compete with PS5 and Scarlet, they have the the Switch Pro, and it's straight up like the Switch, but bigger screen, more powerful.
You know what they could even do? That. They could do the Switch Home, the Switch Home, and it's not portable.
I would hate that, but
you have to imagine, only the Switch Home can play the new games. That way, the third-party support could continue with the Switch Home.
Yeah,
because then they could
that
upgrade
would be
the
so
system.
Tough because I personally
love the portability.
I just love the portability. Of the Switch.
I know.
That's what.
But that's the thing. They would make that other version for it too. They'd have the Switch Pro, which is portable still, but it's just better.
If they could somehow do it to where you could buy a Switch Pro and it's just a Switch you have to have plugged into your TV, but you only have to buy a game once. So like my Ultimate card will work on that Pro. It'll just look better. Then I'd be down for that. Because I would buy a Switch Pro just to have docked.
Right.
Or to be able to plug my games into and play at home and stuff like that. And then still have my old Switch to take around and still play Breath of the Wild 2 and all the new games coming down the line. I would do something like that. But I'd have a hard time if they made it. Because that would make it essentially a new console. If they did a Switch that didn't port, that would be a new console because you'd be forced to buy new games, just like a new console. True. It would only be able to play on your TV. That's just like a new console.
It's a little... Yeah, we have to go more in depth on the console.
Yeah, we'll save it for the podcast. Yeah. Because that's definitely something to talk about. But
speaking of that, like, after the Fighter Pass, we have a lot of potential. It sucks. I want to know, because it sucks being a fan and knowing, like, it could just be one.
Yeah.
And being like...
It's at least gonna be two. We know that.
But you never know. They could have said fighters, referring to the last Fighter Pass, and
maybe it is possible. That would suck so bad, though. That'd be such a bait and switch.
Because all they said was new fighters are coming.
Yeah, they said new fighters are in development.
Yeah,
and
they didn't mean after the Fighter Pass. They just said, and then the announcer said,
yeah, they could be implying that
after the Fighter Pass there will be more to come or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't specify characters.
It would be such a bait and switch, though, to only have one or two new characters, because the way they set it up implies that there's going to be more. Yeah, and why announce it? Like, just make that a special thing.
Just be like, oh, there's one more character.
Yeah, coming. Surprise! Like, instead of they're making it sound like, hey, there's more.
We're doing a lot more. Yeah,
like, yeah. It would suck. So I would be so disappointed if they're like, oh,
well, just imagine, like, just think about it, okay? We've had this idea for years. I'm talking since Brawl. You came up with an idea for Smash Bros. Sidekicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please, just do something so simple as they could literally come out at E3 Game Awards and they're like, we are bringing 18 new fighters coming tomorrow, but 12 of them are Echoes.
Yeah.
Or 15 of them are Echoes. It's literally Gooigi, who's just Luigi, but Goo. And he's a separate character. He has a different Smash Ball. That's it. Mm-hmm. Like, and they could do so many of those. Fans would love that. I'm sorry, but fans would love that.
Even like just alternate costumes would be huge, and that would be so big to having new characters essentially. Like Luigi could be an alternate character or alternate skin for Luigi, and that would be basically a new character. It'd be like Alf, right? Like how Alf is for Olimar. It's like Alf is technically a character in Smash Bros. That nobody remembers.
Yeah,
no one remembers that Alf is an actual character. But he is, like...
He's there.
He has the same moveset as Olimar. But he is a different character than Olimar. It's the same as, like, the Koopalings for Bowser Jr.
All of them are...
There's 8 characters for Bowser
and
Jr.
all the hero characters?
All the hero characters, 4 for him. So it's like, yeah, put Luigi in with Luigi. Put Dry Bowser
as Bowser. Even
put this lady, I don't know her name yet, in Bayonetta as Bayonetta's Echo. The red girl.
The possibilities are endless because we've talked about this before. Like, even... what's the word? Like classic characters. Bring back the original version of Zelda as an alternate.
Yeah.
The original version of Link as an alternate.
Original Ganondorf.
The original Ganondorf as an alternate. Like, if they announced that, fans would go nuts.
People would buy
I
it.
would be totally fine with that kind of stuff coming all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know? If they just were like, a new alternate costume pack is out today, and it comes with 5 new alternates, I'd be like, frick yeah. Like, do it. Have Mario have a costume for every single nation, not just America.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that'd be awesome. It'd make freaking... I know a lot of people wouldn't want this idea, and I can understand why you wouldn't. But, you know, honestly, it'd be like, make a microtransaction that's 15 cents for every flag for Mario's skin. Like,
I'd be like,
buy a Japanese flag. I mean, I wouldn't buy all them, but it'd be cool to have that option. Like buy the Japanese flag for Mario. Buy the, you know, Russian
I mean, even if they brought...
Maybe not that one. But
no, like, straight up, they could do so much with... Even, like... It sucks, because microtransactions is a scary word. But they could. And I would fully support Nintendo and their need to do that.
Well, and if Nintendo's doing it, they wouldn't be doing it in a malicious way either. No. And another thing is, though, the reason why they won't do that is because they don't need to. Like, as we were talking about the cells earlier, like, they are making plenty of money with this game, just with the game itself. Mm-hmm. I'm really hoping, though, that... I wish Nintendo would release the cells on this, because they haven't. But... we do know that the Fighter Pass is doing extremely well. Otherwise, they wouldn't be making new fighters. Right. And so, I'm curious what the attachment rate is for the Fighter Pass. Like, how many people that have Smash Bros. Ultimate also have the Fighter Pass? I have to imagine most. It has to be at least, at least
especially
70%,
players,
60%, right?
Concurrent players, how can you not have the Fighter Pass?
If you are playing Smash to this day, you have the Fighter Pass. Plain and simple. Mm-hmm. No way you have Smash Bros. Ultimate and you're not playing it. Yeah. Or you're playing it and don't have the Fighter Pass. Like, you'd be missing out on an insane value.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, can you imagine going over to your friend's house? He's like, oh, yeah, I play Smash Bros. All the time. You're like, sweet, let's play it. And you go to find Banjo, and you're like, you don't have Banjo?
You don't have Banjo?
Like, that would just be
anybody?
Weird.
And you still play?
So weird to play at this point.
And you still play?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be strange. Yeah. So,
it's the argument I give about any game, though. That's how it is with any game.
Yeah.
If you're still playing it and you don't have, like, the DLCs... like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. You know?
Like, if you're still playing it...
because I'm sorry,
get the DLC.
But that company is basically making, like, a whole nother game with all those DLCs. Mm-hmm. They deserve to have that extra bit of money, you know?
Absolutely. And you're dedicating that much time to it, might as well.
Especially how cheap the Fighter Pass is. You know for a fact that Nintendo's going to come out, and each Fighter Pack is going to be, like, $5.99.
And that's the thing is, like, you know, not to get into necessarily a separate discussion about, like, pricing for microtransactions and stuff like that, but realistically, if you think about it, and people spend their money how they will, and that's totally fine, but like for a Fortnite skin, like a legendary skin, is how much?
$20.
$20. So if you take that into account versus spending $6 for
brand new fighter,
brand new moveset, brand new stage,
music,
brand new things, brand new music, like.
Music and
the
Fortnite,
value is so much different.
For one song in Fortnite, it's $3. Mm-hmm. For one dance, it's like $5. For one skin, it's $20. Mm. The value you're getting in a game like Fortnite, for all the stuff you're getting in a Fighter Pass, it costs you like $70 in Fortnite. Mm-hmm. But for $6, you can get the exact same situation on Smash Bros.
Yeah,
with a whole new moveset.
It's insane.
A whole new character.
And
yeah.
Like, it's not like Nintendo's even beating your head over it. Or beating your head over... What's the expression I'm going for here?
Beating...
we'll
beating you
with. Yeah.
They're not like beating you with it.
We'll leave it at that. But
they're not like shoving it in your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there's only one Fighter Pass and only 5 fighters. It's not like they're overdoing it.
It's not like there's a character every week and you're...
Yeah, exactly.
They're like it's Mario, but he has a yellow mustache.
Yeah, exactly. They're not doing, like, cosmetics for cosmetics' sake. Mm-hmm. Like, the value is totally worth it. But that's besides the point. Getting back on track to what we were talking about. After Hayachi, we had Dixie Kong. And Dixie Kong's likelihood...
is very unlikely.
I feel very unlikely at this point.
I think
next pass, who knows?
No, I think even in the next pass.
My prediction is Dixie Kong's only chance at this point is as an Echo. And Echoes, man, I tell you what. They could do
so much with Echoes. Like, look, I'm sorry, but why introduce a new thing called Echoes?
Seriously.
And only have,
this is what I was
5?
This is what I was just going to bring up is Echoes truly are in my opinion, probably
It's
the biggest missed opportunity in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
100%.
Like, when they announced Echoes,
I was thinking there's gonna be so many.
Yeah, it was at the E3 presentation, and the very first Echo they announced was Daisy. And I remember being like, they revealed Daisy, and we were like, freaking Daisy's in this? But we were okay with it because we were like, wow,
Echo.
They made her just an echo of Peach to where now there are so many characters.
All they had to do was literally take Peach's coding and put Daisy over it.
A Daisy skin over it, like straight up. And then have her voice
change
and stuff
her voices,
like that.
maybe like change the animation slightly.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still work that goes into it.
Of course,
but like
compared to a whole new
fighter, like the fact that we only have, I think, 4 or 5 Echoes is such a travesty for the Ultimate Series.
And real quick, to call back to one of our old Smashcasts, we talked about this forever because we were talking about how many options of Echoes they could do.
There's so many. I think we tried to go through like almost every single character.
No, I think we decided that every character could have an Echo.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah,
it is very possible. For every single character have an Echo.
Some of them it'd be stretching it, but yeah, there's definitely a possibility for most of them.
Like Miss Pac-Man.
Even if it's like for King K. Rool, it's Pirate King K. Rool, like
Pirate
straight up.
King K. Rool. But he's got different moveset slightly where he's pirate stuff. Why not?
Or like his show-offs are different, because that's how
Bowser is literally Bowser. I don't know how they changed his moveset, but guess what? People love Dry Bowser. He's in Mario Kart for a reason.
Yeah.
He's in all the Mario Karts. When he was in Mario Kart Tour, everyone was like, yeah, Mario Kart Tour, Dry Bowser.
For sure. Yeah, it's a big missed opportunity with the Echoes. I really hope, and at this point I don't think it's going to happen. If they've gone a year with this game and haven't done anything with Echoes, I don't think it's going to happen at this point. But part of me holds out hope that with this next Fighter Pass or whatever it is that they announce, that they'll do supplemental Echoes.
Echo Pass.
Or it doesn't even have to be an Echo Pass. Like, that would be awesome. If they did an Echo Pass, that'd be amazing.
Pack. I meant to say
but,
pack.
They could randomly drop, just like, guess what? In between updates, Shadow the Hedgehog. Alone. No stages, no music,
just
nothing.
Shadow.
Just Shadow is in the game as an Echo to Sonic. You can buy him right now for $3.
And his final smash is literally what his trophy does. Okay, everyone goes in slow motion. Like,
oh my gosh.
And then he just fights.
That's such a good idea. That is such a good idea.
You know what I mean? Like,
about that.
They literally wouldn't have to do any work. Like, I'm sorry. If I'm Sakurai, I'm thinking, okay, I could make a quick $5 from every single person who has Smash. I could make a couple million real quick.
He could
by simply taking Sonic, making him black, and changing his Smash Ball to something I already have in the game.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too, is like, they wouldn't do this obviously because it's Nintendo, but they straight up could charge $6 as much as they do for the regular character packs for an Echo alone, and people would still buy it. They wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't agree with them doing that.
Because I'd be like, that's scummy.
That'd be scummy.
Especially since they've not done that
exactly.
before.
Yeah, exactly. They would probably price it around $3 or $4, but like, even if they did do it at $6, people would still buy it. I guarantee it. Mm-hmm. I guarantee if they put Shadow in this game, people would buy Shadow like crazy. If they put freaking Impa in this game as a Sheik Echo or whatever, like, you name it, all these characters, like, people would buy it immediately. It's such a missed opportunity for them.
Well, and it sucks because, I don't know, like, when we heard about Echoes, we
thought there was going to be tons.
It was so easy, Like, even we could do it. We could have told that, like, why don't you do this? The thing sucks is I don't know what their excuse would be as why they don't. Why don't you put Shadow in the game? Oh, because it's too hard to make him.
I really think they can't. Nintendo is Nintendo. And it's a weird thing to say, but if you're a Nintendo fan, you know exactly what it means. Nintendo is just super weird with certain things. Like, they do so much right. Nintendo is probably the best developer there is. They're probably one of the best companies there is in terms of being like good, like not scummy, moral for the gamers, all about the gamers and stuff like that.
Very.
But then they have certain weird things that they just cannot get over. Whether it's their online system, whether it's their like mature ratings stuff, like friend system, like their friend codes, like they have certain things that are just like, why? Yeah. Why Nintendo? Like, I don't understand after this long. Like, and
why do I have to enter in my friend's code?
And I really feel like it's one of those things. I really feel like it's one of those things with DLC. I don't think Nintendo has fully understood the possibility of DLC yet,
or accept the fact that it can be a thing.
Yeah, and I think Ultimate is legit the first game for Nintendo
that they're looking
that they're
at,
doing
like,
it. Yeah, they're realizing they're like, wow, people are actually buying this, and they're starting to realize, wow, we can actually do something with this. Because up until this point, what have they done DLC wise that's been big? They did DLC for Breath of the Wild.
I don't think that did very well
and
either.
And they only
like
did
as far
a
as
couple.
like because it was later on after the game had been out for a while.
And also that's a single player game. Like it's not necessarily something you'd think of for DLC. Mm-hmm. Mario Odyssey, not one piece of DLC. That is crazy.
Which is such another thing that's such a missed opportunity. I'm sorry. There's some games that deserve a DLC. A Delfino Plaza Kingdom.
Straight up.
They can literally port what they already have made before. Yeah.
And the thing is, too, is
like the effort level is very low for such an easy return of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And honestly, it's like, I love Breath of the Wild. And I loved the DLC. I think the DLC is great. But I think Mario Odyssey would actually be better served for a DLC than Breath of the Wild. Like, DLC makes more sense for Mario Odyssey than it does for Breath of the Wild for me.
Yeah.
Like, Breath of the Wild's already so freaking big, it didn't need DLC.
It didn't.
Mario Odyssey, though, they could add a kingdom here and
Breath
there.
of the Wild is complex.
Yeah, there's so much
Mario Odyssey is simple.
It's straightforward.
Easy controls. And guess what? You literally jump in a ship to other kingdoms. Mm-hmm. It would literally be the easiest thing to show up
Yeah. A new kingdom has appeared. No story.
Because with Zelda, they have to integrate with the lore and story and blah, blah, blah.
Straight
they
up.
don't need to do that with Mario. It's Mario.
You're 100% right. And like the Champion's Ballad, the story DLC for Breath of the Wild, they had to implement that in there with story in mind, make new cutscenes for the characters, have like characters that you talk to in the world say different things to lead you to certain areas.
It would be balanced with your character that already has gear.
Yeah, it's an open world RPG, so there's a lot more balancing that goes into that. Mario Odyssey, like you said, it's literally all they'd have to do. They wouldn't need any story explanation. It would
throw moons in random spots.
Yeah, it'd be like Delfino Plaza has appeared. What the frick? Okay, you go to it.
But you jump in it, you're like, what the heck? It doesn't look like they've upgraded the graphics since Sunshine.
No, yeah, it's wow.
Who cares?
No, yeah,
there's moons everywhere.
For real, like people would eat that up, and it would be so easy to implement. I'm shocked. The only explanation for why Mario Odyssey hasn't gotten any DLC is because Mario Odyssey 2 is coming, and it's not that far away.
Well, think about it. Mario Odyssey 2 only got one major update, and it was with Luigi's Balloon World.
Yeah,
which wasn't DLC, and wasn't much. And it wasn't much. It was just like racing.
No, it was just like an online
hiding balloons, and which was awesome. But then again, like they could have done so much more. Much more. They had costumes that you could earn in the game that they could have added.
They could have made. And once again, I'm glad Nintendo doesn't do this because it's good. Easy money. I'm glad they don't do that because they totally could. All those skins, all those costumes in Mario Odyssey, they straight up could have been like, hey, Fortnite charges $20 for their skins. $10 in the eShop for the freaking Mario 64 outfit. Like the Mario
people would be like,
people do it.
What?
Straight up. Like, you know, I'm not one to buy like the Fortnite skins or anything like that. I'm not one to usually get into that sort of thing. But I tell you what, if the Mario 64 skin was behind a paywall in Mario Odyssey, I'd probably buy it. Because I love Mario 64.
Yeah.
Like, I'm nostalgic for that stuff. So, like, they could totally make easy money off that. I'm glad they don't. But it's a possibility for them. Like, they have so many ways to earn more money with their games that I'm surprised they don't. Like, they do DLC experimentations on some random games. Like, they added DLC to Captain Toad 5 years after the freaking game came out.
And
5 years,
Captain
no
Toad.
joke.
It's
no
Captain
joke.
Toad.
And I tell you what, the DLC for Captain Toad is amazing. I loved it. Like, it is such good DLC. So when Nintendo does do DLC, it's so good, but they don't do it enough. Like, why not? Why? How does Mario Kart 8 on the Switch not have, like, new tracks coming every few months?
And with the implementation of adding it to the Switch, what did they add? Like 2 characters?
They added King Boo and
Splatoon
or something like that. Yeah, that's it.
2 characters. And they weren't even DLC.
No.
They were just free.
They were just updates, yeah.
You know what they could have done? They could have done what Mario freaking Tour does.
I know.
You know like they literally come out with skins every 2 weeks, and it's like Mario in an Asian outfit.
It's Waluigi in a freaking bus driver outfit.
A bus driver.
Like, what the
people
frick?
would buy it. I'm sorry. Look, it sucks because it's a stupid condition that humans have.
Yeah.
But we will buy stuff when we love something.
I mean, here's the thing.
You will buy everything.
Yeah.
You'll be like, Mario dressed as Santa for $5? Yes.
Yeah. Thank goodness they don't do that for Mario Kart 8, like the Mario Kart Tour, like DLC loot box crap, like because there's so much of that.
I wouldn't want like the loot box.
Yeah, but like
system.
straight up though, Mario Kart Tour has the most tracks out of any other Mario Kart ever already, I think. And
on the mobile.
On mobile, and it's only been out like 2-3 months. How in the world has Nintendo... It
has more characters than any freaking...
Yeah, how... most skins and all that. Like, how has Nintendo not gone...
looked at their own game like that's making money on the
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let's freaking add tracks to this game. Let's add characters to this game. Let's put Samus in this game. People will buy it. Like, it's absurd to me. There's only one logical explanation in my head, but I know Nintendo's not going to do it because they won't. But, like, the only logical explanation for this stuff in my head is Mario Odyssey 2's coming and that a Nintendo kart's coming with a ton of tracks. And, like
the new Mario
or Mario Kart Ultimate's coming. But it's not going to happen because it's Nintendo. Like,
well, and they don't do... There's something that Nintendo lives by. They never do multiple games on the same system.
Yeah.
The only game that I've ever seen them do it with was Metroid. With Metroid Prime 1 and 2. That was it. Even Zelda. It's like, no. This one's on
Twilight Princess.
Is on GameCube.
Sunshine
Skyward
Sword.
GameCube. Mario Kart Double Dash. GameCube. We have to wait till the next generation to even do something else. There's always one of each. Mm-hmm. So they won't do another Mario Kart.
And, which is kind of bullcrap, frankly, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe doesn't count. I'm sorry. It's like... It's a port. And I really hope... And the problem is did you know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like the #1 most selling Switch game?
Yeah.
And like, it comes with the console. Even above Smash Bros. Mm-hmm. So it's like, Nintendo doesn't need to make another one. That's what sucks, is because people are feeding into their... Once again, they're proving our point that we're trying to tell them. People will buy whatever they put out. People are so desperate for Mario Kart that they're buying a ported game from the Wii U that they already own to have on their Switch. Like, they're not going to do another Mario Kart on the Switch because of how well Mario Kart 8's done. Like, they're still selling...
They don't need to.
They're still selling so many copies. Every holiday bundle
you look at it,
for the Switch is
Mario
Kart 8. It's Mario Kart 8
from like 5 years ago.
Yeah, they're using... People were kind of upset because they were using the old Switch, the one with the bad battery life, the old Switch model, with Mario Kart 8 for the holiday
They used
bundle.
the same ad.
Yeah.
With the same picture. Mm-hmm. They didn't need to change it. Same price, nothing. They're just like... And people bought it! Because people buy this stuff.
People will buy it. Like, I just don't understand, like, Nintendo's way of thinking.
What bothers me, too, is I love Nintendo probably more... And they're probably, like, the better people out of all things.
For sure.
You know how much more successful they could be? So much... Like, they make their games really good. They could make so much DLC.
Oh, my gosh.
Stuff like that. Where, look, I'm sorry. I don't mind microtransactions when they're not loot boxes.
They're good. When they're good.
And when they're good. Mm-hmm. Because if Nintendo came out and they're like, $1 for each alternate costume, like, that's a freaking steal. Mm-hmm. Compared to every other game in the freaking world right now.
And if you love the game...
It's cheap.
And if you love the game, it's like, you know,
that's worth it.
There's not any games that I'm, like, in the microtransaction loot box, like, minds like some people are. But I tell you what. If they had that system for Smash Bros, I would be. I know I would be. Like, if the Fortnite Battle Pass system was in Smash Bros Ultimate,
imagine.
I would be a part of it every single time.
You have to win 100 matches and you get Santa Mario.
I would be in it every single time. Every single week. I would be so invested. Just like how you guys are with, like, Fortnite and stuff. So it's like, Nintendo doesn't realize that they have people that are willing to do that. And the reason why I'd be willing to do that is because I enjoy that product and I enjoy... And I know that Nintendo would be putting it out in good faith and not in just hey, pay us for crap and we'll give you a crappy product. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how Nintendo would do it. And they just have so much opportunity. I agree with you that there's a lot of missed opportunity there. But there's an argument to be made that maybe the starvation is better and maybe that the long game is better. Because I tell you what, I am starved for Breath of the Wild 2. Like,
you're right.
I am starved for the next
character.
Mario Kart. I am starved for the next Smash Bros. Character.
Because it's not like you're being oversatisfied.
Yeah.
And you're not oversaturated. And
exactly.
You're not getting all these characters and, you know, like with Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a new skin every week. You're just like, oh, I'll just wait till next week.
Yeah.
And then
well,
you're
that's
like,
the thing.
it's
Is
not
like,
as fun. It's not
yeah,
as fun.
you know, I'll hear you and Parker sometimes where like a new skin will come out on Fortnite, and it'll be awesome. It'll be really cool. But I'll hear you guys sometimes be like, I want to wait till next. I don't want to spend my money on this one because what if next week this one's cooler or something? It's like that's the only problem with oversaturation is like I don't have to worry about that with like Smash Bros or Nintendo in general because I know they're never gonna oversaturate anything.
No,
almost to a fault. But like, yeah, Terry came out a month ago. It's like
there's not been something since.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like. I mean, I hope we get the character sooner than later, but for all we know, the fifth fighter could not come out for another month or two. They said till February. They have that up to that cushion, and so it's like I could be waiting 3-4 months in between. Straight up, I had to wait. They announced Joker in December at the Game Awards. He didn't come out till April. He came out 5 months later.
Louise.
Like they can take their time, but there's something special about that. There is something to be said about it being like. Starving the consumer because then they are so much more ready for it and then you're appreciate it so much. Yeah. Absolutely, like
because like then you jump in and you're like, I've been waiting so long. Mm-hmm. I haven't been able to. There's been nothing new, and now there's something new.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe freaking Nintendo teasing with certain stuff like the freaking Mario Odyssey crap on Instagram, where he's eating the watermelon, like the new key art we've never seen. Like they could. Mario Odyssey's 2 years old. They could straight up tomorrow at the Game Awards or a couple days of the Game Awards be like, hey, there's a new DLC for Mario Odyssey. No, just Mario Odyssey DLC. And people would still freak out about it.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's a 2-year-old game.
Oh, easy.
Like, clearly they did it with Captain Toad. Captain Toad
That's
is
true.
5 years old.
And they're like,
hey, we're going to make new
Toadette?
DLC for this game. Like, what? It's a 5 years old.
Well, it's like Borderlands 2. Right?
Yeah.
Borderlands 2
That's true, yeah.
Was 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
7 years old. And they're like, here's a new DLC for free. Like, but this is the case. I'm glad we brought that up because, like, for example, Borderlands 2. It didn't have that oversaturation problem. It literally had 4 DLC packs. That's it. Mm-hmm. Nothing new. Right? So you had to play the game as it was. This is my issue with Borderlands 3. It's constantly getting new stuff. Literally, they've had like 6 updates since it came out. Can't keep up with it. It's too much. I'm like, I don't want to jump in. There's too much new to do. Like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
That's why it's so much better when you have like that the starving, the
hunger,
huge weight, and you're like, finally,
the hunger for it. Yeah.
Waluigi's finally in the game. You know.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about that, and maybe that's Nintendo's whole strategy. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, they're making money, and so if Nintendo was in a financial crisis. They would they should be taking our advice, but the fact that they're not and they're making plenty of money, maybe there's something to be said about that. And maybe they're actually right and they know what they're doing. They're playing it right and they know to take their time with stuff and push it out when they want because maybe that's what sells at the end of the day. Maybe that's what keeps people hungry. Maybe the Fighter Pass, maybe honestly Smash Bros. Ultimate wouldn't be to the level it's at if they were pumping out content at the time. Like. Who knows? But that is an interesting discussion. We kind of went off topic there to talk about it. But last character on our original prediction list we had.
Did we go over everybody?
Yeah. With Dixie Kong, Hayachi, Captain Toad, Bandana D. The last one we had was Waluigi. And
which is still possible.
I think Waluigi's still possible. There's the argument that people say spirits or assist trophies deconfirm characters. There's no proof of that yet, and there's no proof against the contrary either. So that's still kind of in a gray area where there's nothing that proves it either way. Mm-hmm. So it is a possibility that they do deconfirm. There's a possibility they don't. It's only a matter of time. We have to wait and see what happens.
Plus, doesn't every character have a spirit?
Yeah, for the most part, but there's some absences. Like, Psylux is not a spirit, which is insane, and like Candon is, and so is Spire. Or Trace.
Almost as if they're like hinting at something.
It's just weird that why would they have spirits?
True.
And not like Psylux. I don't think that's because Psylux will be a fighter. I think that would be dope. I'd love that, but it's not going to happen. I think that's because Metroid Prime got 4 was originally going to be coming out sooner, and I think they were waiting to do a spirit event with Psylux involved because I think Psylux is going to be the main villain for Prime 4. And I think they were holding that spirit event and like waiting for it. But since that got delayed big time, now they're like, oh, well,
I bet you're right.
now that's not going to even matter. But yeah, so there's nothing that deconfirms it. But Waluigi is an assist trophy. Does that make you think less that he will be in the game?
It's hard to say because I think the demand for Waluigi is too great that it might warrant putting him in the game, even though there's an assist trophy, which I don't think Sakurai wants to do, but I think he has to. You know, I think he feels like if he doesn't, people are going to be like, why didn't you put Waluigi in?
The thing is like, it's such a meme at this point that I don't think there could be someone that would be as big as Waluigi as them announcing that character as the final character. Like, he's not. I don't think he's going to be the fifth fighter because only because if you're going off of the trend we have so far of the third parties, the new to the series, that's why I don't think it'll be Waluigi. But I think he's still highly likely for
as one of
the other ones because, as you said, it's like. It's such a meme that, you know, they could put in a lot of characters in this game and people would go insane. Master Chief. But Waluigi, like, I think if they were to announce him, it would be such a big moment that I could easily see him being the last character for Ultimate. Like, the last ever. So, if they do a Fighter Pass 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, I think Sakurai, in the back of his mind, is secretly saving him. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how the guy thinks. But I think he might be thinking, you know what? What would be the ultimate, most memeable way to go out on this game is to put in the character I've refused to put in for years now that people have been begging for, and put him in as the final DLC character. And they could even do like such a cool trailer where he's like an assist trophy, he gets released, and all of a sudden he breaks free. And all of a sudden he starts taking control and he like gets the invitation, starts crying or something.
Or it literally is at the Game Awards next year. And it's a black screen. And all you hear is, wow. And it says the date. Easy as that. People would go, you imagine? Like people would go nuts. Like Waluigi's finally in the game. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe he's not.
Yeah, I thought he had a big chance with Ultimate. But is there any characters that you want to throw out there that we can quickly put together? We won't think about it too hard. But if we were to put a Fire Pass 2 together, who do you think are the most likely candidates for if there's 5 slots? We'll pretend that they're doing Fighter Pass 1 again, but with 5 slots. Who do you think would take those over the next year?
Yeah. Huh.
If that, I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll take 2 years. We don't know.
One that I immediately think of is Doom Guy.
I think Doom Guy too.
I mean, Sakurai loves taking characters from the olden days, putting them in. Even though he's had new games since, he loves taking that original character and being like, since he's been with us since the beginning, he's an OG, here he is, you know. I mean, he's done that with so many characters.
And Doom Guy does have a history with Nintendo. I think
especially lately. Fit.
Yeah, even lately. And the thing is with Doom Guy, I kind of have a theory that, you know, I don't know if I even think it's true, but like there's a lot of rumors going on that Doom Guy will not be the 5th fighter for the Fighter Pass. There's been a bunch of deconfirmations from like rumor outlets and stuff. Who knows to believe them? Take them all with a major grain of salt. You know, I don't even believe them. I think all of them could be. You know, after the Grinch leak, everything's off the table. Yeah, everything's off the table. But like, there's been a lot of like rumor people who have good track records who have said like Doom Guy is not the fighter, Sora is not the last fighter. There's been some deconfirmations, and my personal theory is that Doom Guy maybe was the last fighter, and I think that maybe they decided to pull a switcheroony because Doom Eternal got delayed until March.
They were planning to have him come out
right around the same time when Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal was supposed to release
this next
week.
It was supposed to release last week. Yeah. And so I think maybe
big,
they may have been planning like, oh, within the next week, like Doom Guy will be on Smash. Like that'd be crazy.
Just like how with Dragon Quest they announced him and then they announced
right around Dragon Quest 11, exactly.
Yeah.
And
then Banjo with nothing.
Yeah, Banjo with no. But so I wouldn't be surprised if Doom Guy maybe got kicked to Fighter Pass 2, comes out around March, is like the first or second fighter.
I mean, I agree with you. I bet that happened.
I could see that.
Because they're like, oh, it's perfect, and then Doom Eternal got delayed. They're like, we'll just wait. We'll quickly throw someone together. Somebody else that we were gonna do later. Let's just bust him out right now.
The more and more I think about Doom Guy being in Smash, the more and more I get excited. Actually, I think that'd be really
sick.
Cool. And dude, I tell you what, freaking, I've gotten super hyped on the idea of Master Chief because
that'd be insane. After
all these like Xbox cross Nintendo commercial craps and like even PlayStation's in on it now and stuff, it's like I really think that they could get anyone. I really think they could get anyone. And Master Chief is such an iconic video game character. I was thinking about it just yesterday. I was like, who is like an iconic video game character that I cannot deny, even if I don't even necessarily like the character. I like Master Chief, but like,
or the game,
or the game,
play the game,
or whatever. But like, who is a character that deserves to be in Smash Bros? Because I was thinking about it. I'm like, a lot of my personal picks, like I got Leon. I think Leon deserves a spot. But then I have like Psylocke, and like Psylocke has been in only a couple games. He's not like a video game icon.
Right.
When you think of video game icons, there's a couple people I think of that I'm like, they deserve to be in
there's
Smash
only like
100%.
Probably a couple characters, like 2 or 3.
There's like 3 or 4 I can name that I'm like, they deserve 100% to be in Smash.
When you think of video games,
one of them is
like
Master
Mario.
Chief.
Yeah, you think of like Mario, Link.
The mascots of each company.
Master Chief.
Yeah, like Master Chief would represent Xbox. He'd represent first-person shooters. And another character I was thinking deserves a spot is Lara Croft. Like, Lara Croft straight up deserves a spot. She's like the most famous woman in video games.
It's true.
I'm shocked she's not in Smash Bros. Actually. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like,
she had a 64 game.
She had a lot of older games. I mean, she doesn't have the best history with Nintendo, but that clearly doesn't matter because Joker is in Smash Bros. He's never even been on a Nintendo console. Like his game's exclusive to PS4. All rules are off right there. Like straight up. Like Lara Croft could be in this game. So I'm going to shoot for the skies with these next ones. Even though I probably shouldn't because I think this is the one they'll play it safe. Because after they shot for the skies for these ones. But I don't know. If they keep it up, I wouldn't be surprised to see Master Chief. But I don't think we're getting Master Chief and Doom Guy. It's only one or the other.
That's true.
They're too similar. In terms of look, like visually. You know
well, no, if the truth is, if they did Doom Guy, I think they do his original. I think they do his look from the cover where he's like...
Yeah.
Even with like his old like leather suit.
Yeah, the more where he shows more skin.
Because I'm thinking like how Sakurai works. That's how he does it.
He likes the older ones.
He likes the older ones and then he remasters them to where they look new.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, that's what he did with Terry. Yeah. Terry's had updated looks. He used the Terry from the old one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, for sure.
Like he didn't even look at the, like he didn't even look at the new updated ones.
Yeah, Sonic, he just instead of Sonic Boom, he's like, I'm doing freaking.
He's like, I'm doing classic Sonic.
Yeah.
You know, like he does that with the characters that he brings up, you know, from the originals. Ridley, Ridley's had updated looks. He did like the original.
Yeah, he didn't do the other M version.
No, like or anything like that. You know, even like King K. Rool.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Yeah, I think. Who do you think would be more likely though, Doom Guy or Master Chief?
Doom Guy.
I think so too.
Only because Doom recently had all the Dooms come out on Switch. They made a big deal out of it. Doom Eternal was announced coming out with the Switch base. Like it wasn't like later on.
Yeah.
Bethesda's had really good ties with Nintendo. They even had like the Zelda skin in Skyrim and Youngblood Wolfenstein came out like first on Switch or something. Or
launched if nothing else
on Switch. Yeah,
but yeah, I'm with you. I think so. We'll go ahead and say Doom Guy. We got in there as one of the 5. I want to throw out Lara Croft. I think she actually has a legit chance because she's such a video game icon.
Yeah, she's classic. And she's OG from the originals.
OG.
Nintendo loves to do
They like
OGs.
the old characters.
They don't necessarily do like the brand new ones. I think like the most new characters they've done is like
Joker. Like
Joker, Bayonetta.
Joker and Bayonetta, yeah.
Everybody else
they like to throw it back to the older ones. Yeah. So I agree. I think Doom Guy, Lara Croft. Do you want to throw one out?
I think they'll do Nintendo characters. I mean, I think that they'll like be like, okay, we can actually put them in now. I think Waluigi's 100%.
But do you think this next Fighter Pass though?
In the Fighter Pass?
Because I don't think he is. I think Waluigi...
It depends on when we're looking at this Fighter Pass. Do you think it'll be all of next year, just like this year, where it was like...
I think so.
January to December to
February. I think it will be...
If that's the case, then it's gonna be coming out when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out.
I think Waluigi...
Maybe Metroid 4.
I think Waluigi 2 or Waluigi 2, Waluigi will be
The last character.
the last character, and I think he'll be like a piranha plant. I think he'll be free. I don't think he'll be part
Like
of a
a
fighter
Mewtwo?
pass or anything, because I think people are gonna be like, oh, the last fighter wasn't Waluigi, and then they're gonna be like, surprise, one last character, it's Waluigi.
He's
Boom.
free.
And that's it. So I don't think he'll be a part of this one, but I think Gino. I think it's time they put him in. I personally don't have an affinity for Gino, but I think so many people love him, and
But he's
Sakurai
so
knows
obscure.
that. He's so obscure, but clearly that doesn't matter. Like,
I don't know though, because like Sakurai doesn't do obscure.
I mean, he does though. Like, Wii Fit Trainer.
Arguably, even we Fit Trainer. You know.
Well, Sakurai said Sakurai said in the last direct during Terry's thing, he straight up mentioned the popularity thing, and he said, like, almost quote by quote, he was like, the popularity of a character has no influence on their inclusion in Smash. So basically, I mean, and that's from a Japanese translation, but basically what he's saying is the character could be super unpopular or super popular, and it doesn't matter. That has no inclusion on Smash. It matters if they would be a good fighter, is what he said. He's like, if they would have a cool moveset, and I think I can implement them in the game, that's what matters at the end of the day. And I think he could easily do something for Gino.
I don't mean to sound like from the like producer standpoint though. Like you think about like a trailer. How would they do this with Gino?
I mean, they've done something for everyone
music.
so far. Like they did Dragon Quest. They could do something like the Dragon Quest one where it's not based around the Dragon Quest world. Like they just have this Smash Bros characters like in dark form walking at them. Like they could do something like that with Gino, and that'd be cool. Like,
I'd love Gino. I think it'd be awesome because I don't care about Gino so much, but I'd love him as a character because I think he has a unique look.
any character that comes into Smash Bros, I'll end up liking because the moveset is awesome. Like Terry, I wasn't really excited for. He's one of my new favorite.
Even
characters.
Hero, I like playing as him. He's cool.
Hero's super fun to play as. Like, yeah, they would make him work.
I'm thinking because if we're talking Fighter Pass time wise, I think they're gonna do a lot of the games that are coming out. You know, I think we might get a representation from Breath of the Wild 2. We might get if they talk about Metroid Prime 4, we might get Psylocke, something like that. Especially because Fighter Pass characters don't get announced until they're about to come out.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think they'd have a plan though, because they did like Sakurai knew all 5 of these first Fighter Pass characters
based
as
on
of
like
November.
release dates, probably though.
But he knew who they were because Nintendo went and told him. Remember, like he confirmed that in the direct right before Smash came out. So if that's the case, then they'll have this. They probably already have all the fighters planned.
True.
So we'll say Lara Croft, Doom Guy, Gino. I don't think Waluigi will be in this one. I think they'll for sure be a random character. I think there'll be one nobody's expecting.
Like some sort of anime.
One people really are thinking right now is a girl named Cosmos, KOSMOS or something like that. She's from Xenoblade 2, and people really want her. And she's kind of obscure. She's anime. Has a big pull with Japanese audiences. I guarantee you there'll be someone like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's just classic Smash Bros. Classic Sakurai.
You might do like a Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter character. I could see that too. Yeah. And then, is there any other like specific ones? Like my hopes have kind of been dashed with Resident Evil. I don't think it's gonna happen at this point, unless they do Nemesis.
Unless Resident Evil 3 gets announced soon,
and they do Nemesis as the fighter.
That'd be sick.
I would love Nemesis in it, but
or even Leon.
Leon's not gonna happen. I don't
Never
think
know.
at this point. With the spirit, it's unlikely.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, those are our 5s. You got
5. Did we name 5?
Well, we got Doom Guy, Lara Croft, Gino, either the Cosmos Girl or Monster Hunter. We got one more.
Shrek.
Throw the hat in the ring. Shrek. Yeah, Shrek will definitely be in. Let me pull up my list because I actually have a list of a bunch of ideas. Contra Guys. That'd be awesome.
That would be sick.
And
they haven't had a duo character in a while.
No, and Contra Guys, they're classics of the old
classic.
Nintendo. Like, and we know Sakurai loves that. I could see that.
True.
And they could just be alts. It could be you play as one and they could have the alt, like the blue guy and the red guy. You know.
What's coming out soon for Nintendo?
Fire no.
They could do
Animal Crossing.
They could do an Animal Crossing character.
I hope not. We already have two.
Tom Nook. Didn't they announce him?
Gosh, please no.
Didn't they say that he was gonna come later? Didn't he say that in the trailer?
No, that was for he was teasing Animal Crossing, the next one.
That's right.
Monkey Ball I I think that would be super cool.
That would be way cool.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen, but let's go with Hayachi. I think Hayachi has a chance, legit.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you're right.
So, all right. So our predictions for the next Fighter Pass: we got Doom Guy, Lara Croft, Gino, Hayachi, and then should we do Cosmos or Monster Hunter?
I think Cosmos.
I think Cosmos because Monster Hunter is already in Smash with Rathalos.
Plus Monster Hunter, there's probably not a new
one coming up or anything. Yeah, so we'll do Cosmos.
Is Monster Hunter World even on Switch?
I don't know.
And they added Rathalos?
Yeah. I mean, there is ones that were on the 3DS, but not on Switch. There might be one on Switch. I'm not sure. Not like World. But. All right. Well, that is our predictions for who we think the Fighter Pass 2 will be, plus a bunch of other Nintendo rants. We should probably just start a Nintendo podcast at this point with the amount of Nintendo we talk about. The Nintendo boys.
The Nintendo boys.
The Nintendo bros.
Nintendo bros.
There we go. Just everything with bros.
Nintendos.
Well, we thank you guys for listening. You can listen to our main flagship podcast show, the Super Basement Bros Show, on our YouTube page, and you can follow us on Twitter at Super Bros Videos, Instagram at Super Basement Bros. We're on all your favorite podcast services: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all that jazz. We have a website, superbasementbros.com.
Mm-hmm.
And we thank you guys for listening. And keep on smashing.
Smash.
Bye.